Have you seen the devastating news?
To the economy now, where staggering numbers have been released surrounding black women in the labor force. A new report shows more than 300,000 black women have left the workforce in just the last several months. That's according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Whether you have been forced out or chose to leave like me, the system was never designed for us. It was never designed to love us. It was never designed to support us. Really, it's been designed to strip us of our individuality, of our creativity, of our greatness. It is designed to homogenize us. The first thing that I had to do when I left the workforce in 2022 is mourn the fact that I did everything right. I did everything that everybody told me to do. I was a good person, go to school, get a master's, be good to people, help serve, be kind, play their game. And in the end, it still wasn't enough. And it almost took me out. Please take this time to love on yourself and to realize that you haven't done anything wrong. You are excellent. You are great. You are talented. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and not below. You are so creative and majestic. Don't let the workplace convince you that you're not those things. What it's going to require is that we take it upon ourselves together with God to become the answer to the problem that we were created to solve. It's going to take us coming together to partner up, to build together, to share our learnings together and wisdom together. This is the time. We're not going back. And I think we've known this was always coming, but it's time.
300,000 black women out of a job this year. 300,000 more black women unemployed this year. And unemployment in the black community as a whole has gone up by 1%, which is the most it's went up in a very long time. And then you got all of the Hispanic people in concentration camps. So MAGA, I just got a question for you. Now that you've got your immigration laws and you got your immigration popping, they deporting thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. They got hundreds of thousands of black people out of a job. They rolling back DEI. They segregating the workplace, right? Did that help you at all? Did that help your mediocre basic resume and lack of experience get a job? Because all I'm hearing is how black people and Hispanic people are out of work and pushed out of the country, but I'm not hearing any type of success stories about how employment for the white race has increased. Are white Americans doing better? I know the farmers aren't. I know the truck drivers aren't. I know logistics companies aren't. I know any company, the automotive companies aren't. So now that y'all got black people out of a job and y'all got Hispanics out of a job, did that open up the jobs for you? Because this is what you wanted, right? You said there's too much DEI hiring and there's too many immigrants in our countries. So that opened up the market for you. So I just want to hear a success story. I want to hear a success story. Anybody with a new job? Anybody with a new career? I don't want to hear about your little part-time. Give me your new career that you got and it excelled because of rolling back DEI. Because some black woman was in that position that wasn't qualified. Now you're in that position because you're qualified. I want to know. It was some black person or Hispanic person or some Asian person unqualified for that role, and they were in that position just because of DEI, and you took that position over because they rolled back DEI. Please tell me a success story.
Oh, bro, there is no success story to be told. There is no success story to be told. It is sad that the most qualified people and people that are supposed to be doing this job is getting more affected. And 99% of what is happening is just this racism of a thing, this race of a thing. But they will tell you no. I came across a story where a particular white lady was saying she had to quit her job because she did not want to do exactly what they actually asked her to do. Now, this is what they asked her to do. They said any black person that is coming in for this job, even if the person is qualified, do not employ that person. She felt bad about it. It simply means we still have good people, right? We still have good whites. That's the truth. She felt bad about it and then she resigned. Anyways, hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's Sonia and I'm back again with another mind-blowing video. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are fine. Hope you guys are good. If you decided to tune in, do a subscribe, like this video, drop me your comment, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. Now, with that being said, let's dive right into this video. Guys, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. The truth is, you are not going to see any of this success story you're looking for, bro. You're not going to see it. You are not. Even the farmers, the trucks and every other stuff, a lot is really happening already. I have a lot of bunch of videos for you guys to catch up on, and I would like you guys to drop your comments for me in the comment section, because I really want to know, why is it really profile on over 300,000 black women that will not have a job? Let's deliberate in the comment section. Let me go out and roll out the clip for you guys. Every single clips you're seeing or stitch in this video, credit belongs to the original creators of this video, and I'll see you guys. Let's get there.
I am one of the 300,000 black women who have lost their job in 2025, and I have some thoughts. It is no secret that being a black woman in America is ghetto, period, point blank. But being a black woman in the workforce, the masking that you have to do, the microaggressions that you have to fight, the code switching that goes on, all of the things, the hoops and the mental gymnastics that you have to go through in office, navigating social interactions with your coworkers is exhausting. If I was in office and had braids in my hair, my white male supervisor would loudly make a comment in front of anybody else who was in the office saying, "Oh, you switched up your hair. I almost didn't recognize you." Of course, this in turn makes people turn around, making you feel ostracized, making you feel put on the spot for literally the hair that grows out of your head and wanting to do a different style. Meanwhile, he's over there with 4 pieces of hair and a hairline that search and rescue is looking for, but I'm the one that's being put on display, right? All of this to say, being part of the 300,000 black women who have been let go from the workforce, I was a federal government contractor. I feel kind of lost in this moment. I've been applying. You all know how the job boards are looking these days, and I feel so liberated and so lost at the same time. Being in the workforce since 2015, when I graduated from college, and working in mainly predominantly white spaces, the more I learn about the nervous system, the more I realize how wrecked mine has been and was, and all of which led up to that in my professional career. And if we even want to take it a step back, going to a PWI, and if we even want to take it a step back, it would be growing up as a suburban black girl. That the 300,000 black women in losing their jobs have been able to at least rest more than you have been before. I'm trying to find the balance between beating myself up and frantically looking for a job and actually letting my nervous system take a beat and realize what I had been going through and what I'm continuing to go through and what it was doing to me. And giving myself the gift of a calm nervous system is all I really want at this point, besides a paycheck. It's all I want for myself and for women who look like me. I'm doing my best not to tie my worth to the job that I had, the way I lost my job, and trying not to tie my worth into how quickly I can find a job. And these things happen now more than ever, and that there is a community of women out there that are going through the exact same thing I'm going through. Just trying to find the peace of mind that I need to operate in 2025 as a black woman. So if you too are part of the 300,000 in the DMV area who have lost their jobs, I'm here too, and I see you because I am you.
Okay, but no, hold on. I'm so thankful that we are really on this topic of black women losing their jobs, because can we talk about how they fired us? Because god damn it, I worked a full day, logged out, got a phone call 4:00, you fired. Turn the equipment in immediately. Huh? If you don't turn the equipment in, you getting legal charges for theft. Huh? And I ain't even got paid. So what the fuck did we do to America? My other sisters, what did we do? Tried to get an explanation. They felt like they didn't owe me no explanation. Cool. Filled out the unemployment shit. They ain't even responded back to that. I'm like, well, fuck. All right.
It's quite sad. It's quite sad that they are saying over 300,000 women are not in the workforce. Over 300, not women, sorry, over 300,000 black women are not in the workforce. Why are they not talking about why they are either being laid off or they are either being treated as if they don't even belong there? You can imagine what this particular lady off from the clips I'm playing, she said, being a black woman is like ghetto. Like, do you know what Africans classify ghetto as? We classify ghettos as those public places that, how do I put it so that you guys can understand? Ghetto is like public places where you have this most razzed, most dangerous, most criminals, most, just mention it. You understand? So when you see a person saying, I'm going to the ghetto, they are going to tell you first thing is, as you're going to the ghetto, just be mindful of your properties, just be mindful of yourself, just be mindful of it. That is how we see ghetto. That is what we see, what we tag as ghetto. And if these black women are started tagging themselves as ghetto, it means that a lot is wrong in the system. So was the system not designed to favor the black folks or the black and brown people? Was the system just designed to favor people that are white? It's sad. It's sad that the news will not carry that. This is the reason why these people are actually leaving the job. Some of them resigned. Some of them got fired. Some of them, in this clip I'm going to be playing for you guys, you will hear it from there. You will hear different experience. I have different experience for you guys to catch up on. You can imagine a white manager making a comment that will make you feel uncomfortable. How do you think that person is going to be happy working? Anyways, let's dive right into other clips of this video. I'll come back with commentaries.
Today I saw not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 black creators, women, say they got laid off from their job today. This comes after the news that 300,000 black women have been laid off so far in 2025. I scrolled some more on my timeline. I seen like 4 videos of black women saying they have been applying to jobs since January of this year. It is now August and they have yet to receive a call back. I got 2 homegirls right now that do DoorDash and Uber Eats for a living. And my city just made it illegal to be homeless on the streets. This economy, this job market, this administration can go straight to hell. If you have a job, it don't matter if you don't like it. Do not quit, because these people is not hiring. A few years ago, Indeed used to be that girl. It used to be so easy to get a job. Now it's like ghost positions. They're just pretending to hire you. Then you gotta fill out an assessment, upload your resume, your cover letter, do an interview, then do another interview just to not get hired. I find all my jobs on a Facebook group called Amber, your work from home homegirl. I posted it before, but I'm gonna post it again. I don't think anything is gonna change, y'all, until we strike. I feel like we need to boycott McDonald's, Amazon, don't pay rent, something. We can't just lay down and take it.
Okay, guys, so I want to give y'all a bit of a story time about how I was just wrongfully terminated at a job that I literally just got hired at. I was only working there for like 2 weeks and a half. Now, usually I don't do story times and all of that stuff, because like I am somebody who take my L's and take my losses or whatever it is in private, and I usually am a type of person who, if I'm wrong about something, I'll take complete accountability for it if I'm wrong about it. And also, I'm one of those type of people that believe in forever being a student and always like being willing to accept guidance and learning new things along your journey, because you never stop learning. So I'm one of those type of people that if you correct me, or if you have a different perspective than I have, I'm one of those type of people that's open to it. Like, I'm not a type of person that's like, oh no, it's my way or the highway kind of thing. So yesterday, it was my day off, and the manager of this said company gave me a call and was like, hey, you know, how are you today? And I'm like, I'm good. Like, how are you? Like, you know, and then he's like, oh, well, you know, it's not really good news that I'm about to deliver to you. So unfortunately, you know, over the weekend, he was like, the way I'm saying, that's what he was doing on the phone. So basically, in a nutshell, he was like, oh, you didn't do anything wrong. He was like, you didn't do anything wrong. We just want to give somebody an opportunity and a chance that is, one, is family to them, and two, worked for them a while back. So according to him, I didn't do anything wrong. That's just something that they want to do. And he was like, oh, maybe after the summertime, we always keep applicants on file, as if like I wasn't totally already hired there, like, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, we do keep applicants on file, and this, that, and the third. Now let's rewind back to the prior to last weekend, which was Mother's Day weekend. So that Saturday, it was very weird energy going on. So first of all, they had somebody come in on a Saturday for an interview. Mind you, I just got hired there, and the other three girls, which was the assistant manager and then two regular front desk girls. Mind you, they all been there, so I'm pretty sure that they're not going to have an interview to replace any of them, because they all been there already. They don't need to be trained, you know what I'm saying? But so now I'm just feeling like awkward energy. Also, like that Friday of Mother's Day weekend, and then that basically that whole the week leading up until Mother's Day weekend, it was just weird energy. Like so the assistant manager was like grouping up with the girls and like whispering and stuff, and then like she, like, I would make a mistake, and then she'll go up to the office and speak to the manager and be gone for like 2 to 3 hours. Mind you, she's supposed to be training me. So how are you upstairs for 2 to 3 hours? You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I changed my whole look. If you guys look at my TikTok, you see that I was dressing up to work. You know, it seemed like I have this hairstyle where it's braids in the front with bantu knots, and then I have like the curls in the back. You know, the viral hairstyle right now. Once I got that hairstyle, I feel as though like all of the BS started. Like, they start looking at me like, you know, like this, you know how you have it's a saying when they say when your hair is straight, no, they say when your hair is nappy, the white people isn't happy. When your hair is straight, they feel great. And it gave that in that atmosphere. But they was like cracking little inside jokes the whole week before I got terminated yesterday. So like they was cracking little jokes like, oh, one of the girls was like, oh, all my friends come over here. And then all of them that work together, they all was huddling up. They all was huddling up, like whispering and stuff. And I'm like, this is so weird. Like, then the day of Mother's Day, one of the owners had wrapped up a little gift or whatever in the back, because it's a spa or whatever. So, but they do like wrapped gifts, and they make everything look all fancy and whatever. So she wrapped up a gift, and I was like, oh, that looks really pretty. How you wrap that up? She looked at me like, bitch, shut up. Like, that's how she looked at me. And then the other owner, which is the husband to the wife that gave me the look, he came over there and he was making jokes with the assistant manager, like, oh, you know, things have to be proper, you know, because I'm going to call the assistant manager, let's call her Trina. You know, things have to be proper for Trina, right, Trina? Da-da-da. So the reason for that comment was the second week of me working there, I had to use the bathroom, but I had to do number two. I had just came back from break. The proper thing to do is to inform your manager that you're going to the bathroom, which is what I did. I said, hey, like, I'm going to the bathroom and I have to do. I whispered that to her. She tried to make it seem like I got behind the desk and was like, everybody, United States of America, I have to take a sugar honey iced tea. I have to, I gotta go remove my, like, she made it seem like I said that, and like she was so disgusted, and then I was just catching them, like, looking me up and down, like, cause I would come in with my hair done, my nails and feet done, like, I knew the environment that I was in, and I also understand that I'm a brown girl, so I know the pressure for us is 10 times different than anybody else. So, I know that we can't go in there looking a certain way, dressing a certain way, typing a certain way. And I know for a fact that I put my best foot forward for this job. Like, I was on time. I went and got the wardrobe to match the aesthetic of the environment. I kept myself groomed. They were even making comments, like, because before these nails, I had longer nails. They were even making comments about, oh, it's your long nails, and yeah, your nails are long, and da-da-da-da, like, and then, like, making comments about me having my pink little Stanley cup, saying that I'm a victim of consumerism. Like, it was just jealousy. And then, like, the system that they use at my previous job, we use that same system, which is called Mevo. We use that same system, and it's like, it was certain stuff that they was teaching me, because even though it was the same system, the company is different, so the way you book appointments and the way you do different things is different. So although I knew the basic functions of the system, I still had to learn how to do things their way. She was not training me. She was telling me information, but majority of my training shift, she'll dip off and be upstairs with the office. So, with that, but like, with that being said, to the side, you get what I'm saying? So, damn, I lost my train of thought. So, it was things that they knew about Mevo, and it was stuff that I knew about Mevo that they didn't know. So, it was a part where I made a mistake when we were closing the register, and she thought like she had to call up to the manager, and I was like, no, you don't have to call the manager, you just have to edit the close. And she's like, you could do that? And then I'm like, yeah, let me show you. And then she was like, oh no, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to so and so. And she completely ignored me and listened to the other girl. And I'm just like, and then her energy was just off from that point. Like, she just kept saying like shady stuff to me. Like, they asked her to take a video of their Mother's Day event, and I was like, hey, like, I kind of know how to do videos and stuff, because I edit my own videos on TikTok and stuff. So I was trying to help her. She was like, no, it's okay, like, I kind of just want things to be, proper. That same thing that the man just said about whatever. So when he terminated me, he said, I didn't do anything wrong, they just want to give somebody that's family a chance. And he's supposed to give me a letter in writing of termination today, which I have not received that yet. If y'all want more details, like, or comment or whatever. But yeah, that's my story time, how I was wrongfully terminated yesterday.
The most qualified are being thrown out for people that are not qualified. As long as you're a black and brown person, you're not qualified. You're not. They're not even telling us what we need to hear. Why do I need to be treated separately because of my color? Why? Did I create myself? Did I make this up? Are these black women even happy that they are talking about this? For how long do we keep enduring? Do we keep persevering? All in the name of we want to make America great. For how long do we keep trashing out our history that other people came and stole from us, sat on it, and make it assumed to be theirs? And then they make the platform, they make the news to carry it out, to make it more modernized, Over 300 black women left their job, 1% higher that they have never seen before. There is a question to that. Even if they are resigning, what makes you think they are just resigning because they want to resign? You can hear a lot of them saying, the moment I left that job, I have my peace of mind. And immediately I was replaced with another white person. Where are we going to? Where are we going to? You understand? I didn't create this. I didn't make this up. I didn't create myself. Why do I need to be treated that way? If you're watching this and you're watching from US, please, I would really, really, really love to know the reason behind all of this. I love to see comments. I love to read comments. Drop your comments for me in the comment section. Maybe I'm getting it all wrong. I don't know. And I stand the chance to be corrected. If these women are being treated right, if you are in a company that love you, do you think you would just leave? Let's go ahead with this video and I will come back with commentaries. Credit belongs to the original creators of this video or every clip you see me stitch in this video. Guys, if you have watched to this point, you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe and support your girl. I'll come back with commentaries.
This is a story time about how I was discriminated on at work for a long time, and I didn't even realize I was being discriminated until a particular situation happened. So, years back, I worked at a steel mill for a lot of years, and part of my job as a steel mill worker was I had to train people. I was what they call a department leader in my department. And so when they hired new people, my job was to train them on various machines and operations and how to set the machines up to run a product that we were trying to run. So one day the company hired a group of 4 people. One of the guys was put with me so I can train him. So every day, the guy would call me Dan, but I didn't understand why he kept calling me Dan. I would always tell him, no, my name is Damien. And this guy came like right off the gate with calling me Dan. And I never knew why until like a month later. We were sitting in a break room one day. Everybody was eating. So I walked in the break room to sit down to have my lunch. Everybody was already in there eating. So I was always one of the last ones to the break room. So when I walked in the break room, everybody from different departments was in the break room. And I'd be like, what's up to this person? What's up to that person? And the guy that I had trained a month earlier was in another department. And he was like, oh, hey, Dan, how you doing? The few people at his table started laughing. I was like, yo, I've been telling you for a whole month now. My name is not Dan. My name is Damien. And so didn't realize why everybody was laughing. So after the break room, on that same day, we had a 30-minute break. The employee restroom was right outside of the break room. So as break was almost over, I went into the restroom. Another coworker had came into the restroom. After I went in there, he was like, hey, I want to tell you something. And the guy that came in the in the restroom was white. He said, hey, Damien, I want to tell you why that guy keeps calling you Dan. I said, well, why? Because I know I'm not good with names. When I first meet somebody, I don't remember their name until after 3 or 4 times. But I figure after a month of training this guy and working with him, he should know my name is Damien, not Dan. And it's right on my work uniform. It says Damien right on my uniform. He said the reason why he keeps calling you Dan is because he's a racist. He don't like black people. I said, oh, well, a lot of people here don't like black people, so I don't really care. He said, no, you don't understand. The reason why he keeps calling you a Dan, he's doing it on purpose. I said, okay, what is he doing on purpose by calling me Dan? He said he's actually calling you a dumb ass ninja. It took a second for it to sink in what had just been said to me. And after it sunk in, my anger turned into rage. And instead of me going straight to him, I just went straight to HR and I reported what he was doing. And so HR told me to record it one day of him saying it. Even though we had several witnesses of him calling me Dan, HR just needed me to just get us just a small recording of him saying it. So about 2 days later, I don't know if somebody told him, but he wouldn't say it for a while, for like 2 days. So 2 days later, I go in the break room early. I'm getting a soda. I make sure I'm one of the first ones in the break room. And I had my phone in my pocket, in my uniform pocket. I had the phone turned towards me, but the record was on. He walked in and he said, "Hey, how you doing, Dan?" And I looked at him. I said, "Why do you keep calling me that, man?" He was like, "I'm sorry, Damien." And he pointed at my shirt like, "My fault." I had got him. So I took the recording to HR and I let them listen to the recording. Even though I think like 4 people have signed saying that they heard him calling me Dan over and over and over repeatedly, they finally fired his butt. So if you ever in the workplace and you a brother or a sister and some person just keeps calling you Dan, just know he's not making a mistake and mispronouncing your name. He's calling you a dumbass ninja. So be wary of people like that. Discrimination in the workplace, guys, is still real. There is, listen, nothing has changed. All the little signs that they put up on the wall talking about discrimination not tolerated, blah, blah, blah. That stuff is a crock, man. Discrimination is still in the workplace. Some companies still tolerate it, but a lot of companies do not tolerate it. So don't be afraid to report somebody who's being funny. The guy ended up being fired and said it was just a joke. He was just joking with me, but the company didn't find it too funny. Neither did a lot of the employees didn't find it funny either. So that's my story time on workplace discrimination. If you have a workplace discrimination, leave me a comment. I'm out.
So I hear there's a war on black women and we are getting fired in mass numbers or laid off. And I'm just here to say that I also got laid off earlier this summer from a job that I was completely qualified to have. And the person whom I was probably more qualified than, he gets to still keep his job. And meanwhile, I'm here now forced to be a statistic collecting unemployment while I try to find another position that will provide me with a living wage. And I just want to clarify that I have put myself through college twice. I've also done 2 long-term unpaid internships, which means that I went into an office full-time and did not get paid. And I did that twice to advance myself in my career. I'm also a published best-selling author, and I've won awards in my field. And yet, here I am amongst the other black, qualified, educated women, unemployed. So what's going on? What is going on? You know what? I was about to post this video and then I remembered I was laid off 2 years ago as well. I was teaching culinary arts. I am a award-winning chef, best-selling cookbook author. I've worked in some of the top kitchens with some of the top chefs across this country. I've traveled the world as a chef. I'm an exceptional educator. I've been working with kids for the last 15 years, actually all my life, because I started working as like a camp counselor when I was younger. And I experienced so much microaggressions, discrimination in this school. I struggled through it because I cared about the kids, because the kids all looked like me. And I knew that my presence there was very, very important. And then when it time for contracts to be renewed, I was informed that mine was not going to get renewed. And so I'm just now doubling down on the fact that there is actually a war on educated, successful black women. And I'll be honest, some of our ops are white women. White women, white men. I don't know why you're all so threatened of us. I mean, I guess because we work so hard to stay educated, we've worked to get to where we are, and maybe you got a lot of privilege holding you up. I'm not really sure. I am pissed. I am pissed that I was making 6 figures and now I'm on unemployment. Actually, I'm like super pissed about it. It's not fair. It's not fair. But I have continued to keep working. I'm still hustling because that is what I do. I hustle and I make sure that I can take care of myself. But it's not fair.
Over 300,000 black women have left the workforce, according to MSNBC. And it is not a coincidence. We have seen the cuts that the federal government has been making, specifically across the Department of Education, Department of Health and Human Services. And we have seen the cuts happen. We've also seen the cuts happen over the last few months, specifically at the federal level and also across the private sector due to DEI. And according to this article, the participation rate has now dropped below Latinas for the first time in over a year. Now, one thing that stuck out to me that I thought was very interesting, which kind of led to the conclusion of this article, is that 51% of households with Black children are led by Black women who are the breadwinners. And the article specifically cites that Black women tend to be the economic foothold of the Black community. This is going to cause a trickle effect, not just across the Black community, but across the labor force as a whole. So they are saying that Black women are disproportionately the breadwinners, the caregivers, and entrepreneurs. And so if Black women are losing out on money, on job opportunities, on grants, on all sorts of things due to being targeted because of DEI and because of ongoing job cuts that are happening both at the private and federal level, that this is going to continue to be a trickle effect across the entire economy. And in the article, it also says for every 1 point drop in women's labor force participation, that cost the U.S. economy an estimated $146 billion. So that means less money being spent in grocery stores, less money being spent on clothes, less money being spent on your hair, less money just being spent all across the board. I've already seen articles that have come out, and in one of the posts that they made, they said that there's a huge increase in parents saying that they are not financially prepared to send their kids off to school, meaning that they're not prepared to pay for school supplies, new shoes, backpack, clothing, socks, all the things that you buy for kids when the school year starts. There are families who are struggling all across the board. So I want to do another post that specifically talks about people, but not just Black people, but all marginalized groups, how we are losing our civil rights, because the Civil Rights Act has been peeled back over the last few months, and not enough people are talking about it, because a lot of people think, oh, well, as long as I got my money, ain't nothing gonna affect me. Okay, when you don't have any federal protections anymore, I don't know what money you talking about. So maybe I'll do another post that specifically talks about the things that we are seeing happening for the first time in over 60 years. Shout out to all the women who are out there looking for employment and making ends meet. And let me know if you're one of the 300,000 Black women who recently lost their job in the last 3 months.
As a Black woman, I am suing my previous employer, and I need all the help I can get. Seriously, like, if you're a woman of color, I'm gonna need you to stop fucking scrolling. Support me. Help me. So, my previous employer fired me. I see it as pure retaliation. I did nothing but try to change the culture in that workplace, tried my best to train everybody up. There were people who were there for years that like literally didn't know what to do at all. It was kind of scary because you have customers who are flying on these airlines that need help, and they think that they're being helped, but they're not. Their bags are missing flights because the agents aren't doing shit correctly. Managers have stolen money from their agents, and I even reported that and received retaliation for that. I received retaliation for letting them know about how short-staffed we were. I received retaliation for letting them know that I wanted to promote some people to assist me in the leadership positions. You know, I can't be the only person in leadership leading a team of like 60, but that's what they wanted. They wanted me to do that because they wanted to see me fail. I'm really asking for Black women to engage with this because it's really been hard trying to find help. Nobody will take my case, and it's really weird because I have evidence, I have documentation. My email has even more evidence. Once that's subpoenaed, like, the company's fucked. Push this video, please. I'm going up against them by myself. This is a GAT is the company that I'm suing, Ground Airline Support Team. Horrible company. They treat their employees horrible. There's employees that have worked there that never got their vacation time ever because they were always denied it, just because, literally just because. The agents are never trained properly. When I started working there, everybody who worked there, I will say only the supervisors were the knowledgeable ones. Everybody else lacked knowledge in where they should have been very knowledgeable. and factors that could have caused major operation issues. Factors that did cause major operation issues. People missing luggages because of their misconduct, because of the short staff. It's just unsafe, period, to work for an airline and be short staffed. We did it every day when I worked there. I tried my best, but I can only do so much, especially because my mental health was completely deteriorating. My own boss, you guys, my boss went as far as making fun of my looks. I was doing really bad emotionally. I had just moved. I literally requested one day off, and I was almost denied that one day off, and I have screenshots of that too. I moved an hour away from home, so you can only imagine, I'm already working, and in between that, I'm trying to move my things. I didn't have all my work clothes, right? Showed up to work in black jeans and my work jacket. Berated by my manager and his boss. My looks are talked down upon. I was told I could wear my nose rings. All of a sudden, I couldn't wear my nose rings. It was just a whole bunch of shit, a whole bunch of fucked up shit. I cried in front of those people, in front of those white men. Yes, I did. I cried, walked out that office, and came back in and let them hear what I had to say. And it was the same shit that I've been saying, all the same issues that I had been bringing up. Nobody was assisting me. There were other managers there that were required to assist me. They wouldn't even help me. It got to a point where I wasn't even allowed to go where the planes land because I didn't have the badge for it. But a manager told me himself, you do it yourself. You go post the schedule yourself, knowing that the schedule was made for his agents. It was bad, and I need help. Push this video, comment people who can help. The people that I'm suing is Ground Airline Support Team, GAT. They work with Frontier Airlines, horrible fucking airlines, Spirit Airlines, JetBlue Airlines, Hawaiian Airlines. I've seen them lose contracts left and right because of how horrible they are of a company. Help me, please. I already sent them my demand letter. I passed the EEOC deadline, so I can't really use them to investigate the wrongful termination and retaliation that I experienced. I heard from other employees that, because the employees that I was overseeing really did respect me. Whenever they heard certain stuff, they would come and tell me. I heard from 3 employees that they were trying to fire me, and when I brought it to HR's attention, she forced me to have a meeting in front of the very people who was trying to get me fired. And that was very frustrating in and of itself, because why am I not being granted, a safe space? When I would bring concerns to my manager, he put me in a position where I would be in meetings with them every week, and he wanted me to address all of those concerns in the meetings, even though my concerns were already being addressed via email and text. It was just a whole shitty situation, and I need help. Comment, tips, and tricks, and people that can help.
It is clear, crystal clear, that it is all about race. Take it. Say anything you want to say. It is clear. They're not just leaving because they want to leave. They're not just leaving because they choose to leave. Yes, some actually took the bold step to resign, and I really applaud those women that found out that the environment is toxic, the environment is not making sense. This is not only happening in US. For those ones watching, I've gotten a white manager before in my own country. In my own country. And anytime I have a particular issue, the way this man just flamed up, I don't really understand where his attitude is coming from. You understand? So it is not only happening in US. It is every single place. These people, their heights of racism is something else. You can't even debate it. And it's annoying, honestly. I left the job. And I found another one that I have to deal with, a Zimbabwe manager. And trust me, I stayed on that job until I told myself, I think it's time for me to resign and focus on my career and focus on what I love to do more. You understand? So these people, I don't know if I would say they are just designed to be like that. But notwithstanding, we still have good white people. we still have good white people that you can talk about, and when you hear people talking about it, you're happy, you're proud. If my dad is talking about the white man he's working with, my dad works with a mattress company, and if he's talking about the white man he's working with, you are going to be happy to work with a white man. So it's not all of them that have those high racism profile of race of a thing and so on and so. It's not all of them. There are some that are still good. If my dad just complain of, oh, I'm having a slight headache, the white man will just say, no, go take a rest, go chill out, take a pee, and you understand that kind of. He will give my dad a very long vacation that even a black man will not even do that for my dad. I'm telling you from my own experience. You understand? So we still have good people, but it's just that out of 100, 70% are highly racism profiled. Like, it's bad enough that we are qualified for this job, we are not getting the job, and the unqualified is being picked over people that are qualified. Listen to what these women are saying now. Now come to the news and tell us that these women are qualified for this job, but we decided to lay them off because they are not us. They are people of brown and black color. They are people of color. We all understand that. You don't come to the news to come and give us that bullshit of over 300. That means you're trying to put it out there that black women are lazy. That is what the news is trying to pull out. That black women are lazy, that black women do not want to work. That is why when we hear about these black women, from those of us in Africa, we keep saying, oh, these people are lazy, they don't want to work, but they are working. They want to work. Just that the environment is not conducive. The environment is not welcoming. Their mental health is being tampered with. And if your mental health is being tampered with, what else are you doing in a particular place where you're not needed? You know you're not needed. So even if they give you this job, they're giving you the job in the mind that we've not seen someone to replace you. By the time we see someone to replace you, ASAP, we're going to replace you. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Am I even making sense at all? I don't know. But let me know what you think. If you know other reasons why these women are actually leaving their job, quitting their job, is it about laziness? Is it about race? Is it about... Let us know as well. We want to hear your opinion. Have you once quit your job before? Or have they really fired you out of a job before? Let us know why you have been fired and why you actually left the environment. Subscribe, like this video, drop me a comment. And lastly, do not forget to share. And I will see you guys in my next one. For now, bye. I love you guys. Mwah.